Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Put Me Over podcast. Mania is upon us. Mania 35, coming to you live from the Put Me Over Ranch. I am your host, Andrew Gomez, a.k.a. The Mez, joined today by my lovely, wonderful, beautiful co-host. To my right, we have the 10th wonder of the world himself, Richard Garcia.
Welcome, everyone. Man, nice ranch, by the way.
Thank you. It's a ranch-style house, so we just, we keep it clean.
That you do, I could tell.
And rounding out the crew tonight, we have the Pinoy powerhouse himself, Byron Pagdalao.
Happy Mania Week, boys.
The time is upon us, and let's not waste any time. But just to say, Bobby's not available today. The $100 man cannot make it in the studio, so we're going to soldier on with that. He actually gave me his notes already, so we're good to go on that. He emailed me earlier and just let me know, his concrete 100% picks. So with that being said, let's get into our sponsor for the week. They're actually in New York, New Jersey right now. Give it up for Lapel Yeah. If you're looking for any sport entertainment merchandise, look no further. You go to Lapel Yeah. They got pins, stickers, buttons, T-shirts, anything you want, they got for you. And not only do they have it for you, but it's going to be top-notch quality with top-notch superstars. Make sure you go to lapelya.com, and in the promo code at the checkout, you're going to type in Put Me Over, and in turn, that website is going to put you over and give you 20% off your entire order. So I think it's a great deal. I think they're great people, and I think you should go check them out. At least browse the store. See what you like. You're probably going to find something that you're going to like. Something you're going to want to don. Maybe WrestleMania is coming up. It won't get to you in time, but just have it, just be available.
Be ready for next year's WrestleMania.
Be ready for the SummerSlam.
Oh, even better.
The Summer Fest.
Ooh.
In the wise words of Mike Adamle. We got a gigantic show for you guys this week. Like I said, WrestleMania is upon us. Not only that, but we have NXT TakeOver to talk about. Maybe the G1 Supercard. First time ever that someone is going head-to-head Mania weekend on the level of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Not only that, in the same city at the Garden, Madison Square Garden, where he used to run shows all the time. That was like Vince McMahon's church, basically.
Past WrestleManias were at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, so it's a huge deal that someone is actually going head-to-head with Vince. Dick, if you want to get a little closer, you're more than welcome to. I don't bite hard.
There we go. Is that better?
That's great. But with that being said, let's get into some news. Let's get into some Dick's Dirty News. Take it away, Dick.
That's a nice transition right there. Oh, man. All right, so let's just get this out right off the bat. How many of you guys saw the John Oliver segment on Last Week and Tonight?
I did.
I did.
Oh, my God. All right. What are you guys' thoughts? Let's just get that right off the bat.
He's absolutely right about the way they treat their employees. The fact that there's no off season.
Go ahead and talk to the mic a little bit better. There you go.
But the fact that there's no off season, the health insurance thing is very weird to me. I work at a company that pays for all my health insurance. It takes nothing from my paycheck. So a company like WWE to be able not to even really help that, it's kind of weird since the sport itself is, your body is your fucking job pretty much, right?
Right.
And with a company making billion-dollar deals, the least they can do is take care of someone if they get sick,
Exactly.
Or, maybe didn't step right and rolls their ankle.
Well, my understanding of it is that if they do get injured while working for WWE, they will cover their expenses. But as far as actual insurance goes, no, they don't. They don't cover the actual insurance part.
Their families need insurance too,
Yeah, right.
The least they can do is hook these guys up with some kind of insurance, because everyone needs insurance.
Yeah, and I'm sure Vince McMahon could probably have one meeting and with Kaiser and be like, hey, let's set this up, and they'll get some really good deal from it or something.
They could easily do that, but I mean, it's just when it comes down to it, it's whether or not they want to spend that much money on it, because health insurance is pricey. It's not cheap, but it is an investment nonetheless. And I think we've had this discussion before, and this is not anything new. As far as what the performers are, they meet most, if not all, the requirements of what is considered to be an employee by the IRS.
100%. They can't just be like, okay, well, I'm an independent contractor, so I'm not going to work for you next week. I'm going to go work somewhere else. And they can't do that. They're signing contracts. So the fact that, Vince McMahon has health insurance, everyone working at Titan Towers has health insurance, the writers have health insurance, but the actual people that put their lives on the line don't have health insurance, to even take care of them after they're not wrestling. Like John Oliver talked about how Jake the Snake needed a hip surgery and they had to go to GoFundMe to get that taken care of for him. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's not just a WWE deal. It's just professional wrestling in general. These companies that are out there, WCW back in the day, I don't believe they had health insurance for the wrestlers. It's just a pro wrestling thing.
Well, I mean, we can change the norm.
Yeah,
it's not too late to be like, you know what? We've been doing it wrong this whole time. Let's flip the script and let's actually take care of our employees and make them employees,
Exactly. I mean, blacks and whites couldn't even use the same Russian for a long time. So, I mean, we can give people health insurance.
Women couldn't vote.
Exactly.
Times are changing, and let's roll with the punches and, roll with the Jeff Jarrett punches. Those are great-looking punches.
There you go.
The only thing you could do.
Only thing you could do. But the John Oliver thing was very interesting. Hit a lot of points. He used a lot of older references.
That was my biggest. That was my biggest weakness about it. Like, they used stuff from 20 plus years ago.
They used parts of Wrestling with Shadows that came out in '97, dude.
That is true. Groundbreaking documentary.
Great documentary. I think it's on the Netflix.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
I think it is. Yeah, it's good.
But it's definitely on YouTube for sure. I think that's how I saw it. But they could have pulled up some new stuff. Even a lot of those graphs that they were pulling up for 2010.
Pie chart.
That was WrestleMania 21. Come on, Doc.
That was a while back. I mean, I'll play devil's advocate for this and say, granted, yes, there have been a lot less wrestling deaths after Chris Benoit after 2007. So they've done for the most part a better job of trying to keep these guys safe, trying to keep these guys covered. They still have a long ways to go. It's not just the insurance part. It's the fact that they have to pay out of their own pocket expenses, their travel expenses, food, staying in a hotel, stuff like that. Like, I mean, you would think you would be covered at least a good percentage, but no, you have to pay for it.
At least offer a bus for people that want to save money, because they have to literally rent their own cars.
Right.
If they want to stay in a hotel, they have to pay for that.
That's crazy to me,
yeah.
right? Only Cena got the bus deal, right? Cena's the one with the bus deal in his contract.
Yeah, I think so. But not everyone's John Cena.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
At least have a bus available for people that don't want to. Maybe some guys like driving themselves, and that's cool. But at least have a bus available for guys like, I know, Kurt Hawkins that might not have
The club.
Yeah.
You might not have enough wins to actually get a paycheck. You know what I mean?
0 wins still.
That's crazy that they're all tired after doing a house show or a Monday Night Raw taping, and they have to drive to the next
They gotta
city.
drive to the
I mean,
next town.
Fuck that.
That's like being in a band and you've only been together for a year.
Yeah.
And you have to get in a van and tour the country.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
And
Every
it's
day.
Stop.
Yeah. I don't know how they find time to go to the gym or eat right or anything like
That's
that.
crazy.
I mean, back in the 80s, I mean, it was clear how they were how they functioned. I mean, they were functioning off of steroids and cocaine. I mean, that was the norm. And now in a drug testing society, or really WWE drug testing society, it's going to be a lot different. Like, a lot of these guys are they don't go out and do drugs, because this is a lot for them. This is a lot on the line. So their day is they get up, maybe get a few hours of sleep at most, go to the gym if they have time, get food. This is assuming they're not doing any type of PR. Otherwise, they got to get up even earlier, do the PR, and then if they have time, go to the gym, and then do other type of public appearances, and then actually go to the show.
Go to Cricket Wireless.
Yep.
Yeah.
to do an in-store. When Seth Rollins won the title at 31, he flew from Santa Clara to the Today Show. He had to catch a red eye to be there at 6 a.m. and then fly back for Raw that same day. That's crazy to me. That's so much travel.
Because Brock wasn't going to do that.
I know.
No. And actually, WWE has already responded to John Oliver and said, it's a different company these days, and come to WrestleMania and we'll show you what we're all about. I don't think you should go.
No, don't do it.
He's not
Stand your ground.
He's not going to go because they record on Sundays.
Oh, yeah, probably, yeah. But even still, like
Raw.
he
He's
shouldn't
going Raw
go.
after.
Like he said what he needed to say. I don't think people are gonna hijack the show
No.
that they were trying to get people to do, but definitely shined a light. And I don't know who needs to hear it, but things need to change.
In one of the segments, he did mention that the fans have the ability to voice their concerns and the ability to make change. First of all, it's not really the fans that's up to. It's really up to more so the in this case, it's really more up to the talent. Like if they want it, they got to make their voices heard. And then second of all, are they going to do a chant in an open air arena? I think Matthew posted it on Twitter. Like that's a good idea and all, but it's an open air arena. It's all going to go up in the air, so you're not going to be able to hear anything on live TV.
I mean, unless you're like where they have the microphone set up, because they have the crowd mic'd up.
Right.
Kevin Dunn can easily be like, turn that down.
Easily muted.
Switch to camera 4, turn down the mic. But it's interesting, and I think the wrestlers need a union. Just for all wrestlers, sports entertainers, wrestlers. Like there should just be a wrestling union. I think that'd be great. Jesse Ventura tried to get one going, and Hulk Hogan found out and ratted him out to Vince, which is why Vince put him in the doghouse.
And that's why Hogan and Ventura, they haven't talked to this day. And I don't blame Jesse for not talking to him.
Yeah. But we'll see as time goes for sure.
Okay, so we got our thoughts on the John Oliver segment. Now we also found out who's our last inductee into this year's WWE Hall of Fame, and that's Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Kind of a Coco Beware situation.
Yeah, I get it.
Didn't do much, but it had a gimmick that got over.
I don't even know if he had titles. Did he have any title runs?
No title runs.
Not even a
whatsoever.
tag team title run, huh?
He wrestled with Hulk Hogan once.
Yeah,
That's about it. They had a tag team title match. but
Talking
that's
about riding coattails, bro.
Yeah.
Beefcake rode that relationship.
you know what? I think he probably did have a title run with.
So you see.
I want to say with Greg Valentine back in the '80s.
Oof. So irrelevant.
I almost want to say, but double check on that real quick.
Good for him, though. I mean, I'm glad he's like another. They need a gimmick wrestler this year. Is that the only one they have? Who else is in? There's.
Well, let's see. We have Brutus Beefcake, DX, the Hart Foundation team,
Tori Wilson,
and
I feel like we're forgetting one.
Oh, he's a tag team champion. You're right, with Greg Valentine.
Greg Valentine. Okay,
That's the only WWF title.
Yeah. And I think we're missing one more. Can you pull it up real quick?
Booker.
Oh,
I mean,
Harlem Heat.
Harlem
That was
Heat,
it.
yes,
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know. It seems like this year, it seems kind of lackluster.
Well, who's inducting him?
Who's inducting Brutus?
Yeah,
It's got to be Hogan.
It just came out today. That's Hulk Hogan.
It has to be Hogan.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'll draw some asses in the seats.
Will it though? I feel like he's not in the clear yet.
I think. Oh, wow. What if he like celebrates after Daniel Bryan beats Kofi or something? But who knows? Like I think he's in the clear. I'm all ready for Hogan again.
It's been
time.
a couple years, but I mean, for the most part, a lot of people did forget about the sex tape situation.
It's more the N word than the sex tape, right?
Yeah, what was on the sex tape?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. But looking back at 2019's Hall of Fame wing, I don't know. I mean, aside from DX and the Hart Foundation, it doesn't really do all that.
Harlem Heat, bro.
Well, I mean, you got Bret the Hitman Hart and Shawn Michaels, two of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
They're not
King Booker.
You got King Booker, who five-time. And then you have Brutus the Barber and Tori Wilson. It's kind of weak, but they're all deserving, I think. And they're running out of people, I think, honestly.
They are. And on top of that, they have the Legacy wing as well.
I just pulled that up right now.
Yeah.
But before we talk about that, how are they not inducting Bam Bam Bigelow in New Jersey?
That's crazy.
That was one thing that I'm shocked they haven't done. And
They have to be more cognizant of where they are and like
Right.
the pop they can get for that city.
Geography, I think, helps a lot determining as far as who should go in the Hall of Fame. And Bam Bam would have been the perfect dude for it. I mean,
His finisher was greetings from Asbury Park. Like he
Yeah.
bled fucking New Jersey, dude.
Punk as fuck
and
too.
he is one of the best big men that have ever been in the squared circle.
Yeah. And no Sherry Martel, no
Nope.
sensational Sherry.
She's not in, huh? Not even in a faction.
Mm-mm.
Will she be counted as Harlem Heat? No.
Just for that one backstage promo.
But she was the manager of Harlem Heat for a while, though. So
Yeah, she was the manager for anybody who was anybody.
Yeah,
if
pretty
it
much.
wasn't
That's true.
Bobby Heenan, it was Sherry Martel for sure.
Oh, she's gotta be inducted soon. Hopefully.
I don't know why. I'm kind of curious as far as why
Yeah.
she hasn't been in.
I'm looking up the legacy inductees for this year, and this class is actually better than the this was last year's.
Oh, it is
No.
last year. What is the legacy
Oh,
week?
look
Can
at
someone
it, it's
explain that to me?
2019. What the fuck?
What is the legacy wing?
Hold on. People that weren't headliners, maybe they work for WWF.
Oh, I see, but they're not like honorable mentions.
Kind of honorable mentions, but we don't have time to give them a proper induction.
Well, they might as well. They're gonna run out of people like we mentioned.
But it
earlier.
does show the list right here. According to PW Insider, we got Bruiser Brody, Wahoo McDaniel, Luna.
Bruiser Brody for
He
sure.
should be
needs
in there
to-
by himself. I don't know, and so should Wahoo McDaniel.
Yo, Luna Vachon,
Luna
and
Vachon.
Luna Vachon.
scariest bitch alive.
SD Jones, Professor Toru Tanaka, Primo Carnera, Madison Square Joseph Cohen, Hiyashi Shima, Playboy Buddy Rose. You could make an argument and say Buddy Rose as well.
Those guys should all have their
Yeah,
own moment.
I don't know why they're not in there by themselves, especially Luna. She needs to be
Yeah,
there.
Luna, bro.
Luna and Brody.
Yeah, Brody.
For sure deserve their own spotlight, especially Brody for sure. The Madison Square Garden Network creator Joseph Cohen is being inducted as well.
Yeah, he can go in the legacy wing.
Yeah, he for sure.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
But yeah, Buddy Rose for sure. Wahoo McDaniel's a big name that I think deserves his own moment. But they got to give us Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
And I'm looking at last year's legacy inductees. You can make the same argument for
Lord Alfred Hayes,
Lord Alfred
Oh,
Hayes,
shit.
El Santo,
El Santo especially.
Stan the Man Stasiak. Those are big heavy hitters, dude.
Hiro Matsuda, he's the guy that trained
Oh shit,
Hogan.
Matsuda is there.
Oh shit, Boris Malenko. Dean Malenko's dead. Legacy, right?
legacy.
But okay, we know it's not like an official, thing. The Hall of Fame. It's not physical or anything like that.
Right.
But these people definitely deserve their own spotlight for the most part.
And you're gonna run, like you said, you're gonna run out of inductees. You don't need to induct 20 people each year.
Mustafa Ali in for 2020.
No, it's just Ali now.
Oh my bad. Excuse me.
Mustafa's actually going to be in the Hall of Fame. Ali probably not. But they're running out of people. I mean, it's the bottom line is they need to sell tickets.
Mhm.
That's the whole thing about
Right.
all of this. It started off as just a dinner, and they would have inductees, but now it's like a big giant production, so they have to sell tickets. So I mean, I don't know. It is what it is, I guess.
The next bit of news, Dick, looks pretty amazing. I'm pretty excited for that one.
Go for it.
Oh, you can go for it. Oh, wait. Which one is it? Oh, WWE and A&E are co-producing wrestling docs. Dang, that's going to be legit, right?
A&E, they know drama. Wait, is that A&E?
TNT?
No. I think TNT. No.
TNT. I think you're thinking of TNT. A&E is more like the biography.
Oh.
No, but what was their tag? I don't know.
A&E.
Was it
Fuck
A&E with
yeah.
no drama?
That's TNT. Because that's the
Because I
basketball.
remember TNT had a commercial about drama back in like the early 2000s. But anyways, yeah, so they're gonna be working together, creating a few documentaries. I'm not sure if you guys remembered back in the day, A&E had a series called A&E Biography, and I love those biographies.
Those
back
are
in
so
the day.
good.
They had two in particular. I remember, two in particular was Steve Austin and Mick Foley. And that was probably like at the earliest times that you would see the Undertaker break character. And he would actually do a sit-down interview, a shoot interview, and kind of talk. And obviously they talked about the Hell in a Cell match back from 1998. I'm hoping that these documentaries are going to be kind of similar to the A&E biographies from back in the day, but we shall see. And I'm looking forward to it.
They didn't say who they're going to do, right? Did they?
They did. They're gonna do Shawn Michaels, Randy
Yes.
Savage, Steve Austin, Roddy Piper, and Booker T.
Good.
All top-notch people that if you want to
Yes.
spotlight anybody, like those are probably the names that come to mind
And
right off the top of the bat.
And they're all good characters in ring, too. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm excited for that.
More wrestling, please. Like, more. Maybe I should say that more like mainstream wrestling, please. Give it a bigger spotlight. This is only going to help the business, and I can't wait. My DVR set already.
My concern about that though is how much influence is WWE going to have on these documentaries?
Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Are they going to talk about Randy Savage and Stephanie McMahon?
Well, all those characters are owned, right, by the WWE. So, like, if
well, Steve Austin isn't owned by WWE. He owns the rights.
I own everything.
That's his legal name, actually.
My name is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But Randy Savage, that's the family owns a name. Shawn Michaels, I'm sure he owns a name. Roddy Piper, obviously Piper's family. Booker T, that's his real name.
But are they going to actually let them do what they want to do, or is WWE going to be like, we don't want to talk about that?
The latter.
Yeah,
you think so?
Probably both.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be both. They're going to have some controversial shit to draw ratings, which is going to be both good for A&E and WWE, but also they're not going to spill all the beans, right?
Like look at the Andre documentary they did a while back with HBO.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was a great documentary. I mean, I highly recommend, if you haven't watched it, watch it. But at the same time, you got to ask yourself, how much influence did Vince have on that documentary?
Well, are they going to talk about, how Stone Cold and Deborah got into an altercation? Are they going to talk about,
his time in jail?
I mean, Booker T, that's a big part of Booker T's story, but it's not a big part of Stone Cold's story,
Right.
We'll find out. I'm all about it.
What else we got, Dicky?
Well, let's see. Rey Mysterio, he is injured, and that he said he's praying to be ready for Mania. It looks like he got injured about a week ago. Right? It's Kurt Angle, right?
So that's real, huh?
Against Baron Corbin
against
on
Baron
Monday.
Corbin. Oh, okay.
I feel like it's a work.
It's got to be a work.
I feel like it's a work because I watched it. I watched it back after I heard he got injured, and he worked the rest of the match fine. It didn't look like he really lost anything.
He was selling too, like
unless
selling the
he just had the
more selling than adrenaline, right?
Unless he had just adrenaline to keep him through, and then he took off his boot and his ankle was swollen. But it looked like he fell awkwardly, but he went through the match like it was nothing.
I think it's obviously, we'll talk about it later, but it's probably part, a work for Mania.
Like I'm hoping it is, but I mean, if he really is not going to be able to make it for Mania, that would suck, and that would change a lot of change plans for Mania.
Yeah, especially because Samoa Joe, man, he can't catch a break, dude.
Yeah,
that would suck.
Well, he might this time if somebody,
I think he'll still be on the card. He'll still wrestle, but we'll get into that in a bit. Though, as far as
Mania,
who's his actual opponent for Mania would be. But this is actually big news as well. The Usos re-signed with WWE. So, it's shocking, but not so shocking at the same time, because I can't see them leaving and going anywhere else other than staying with WWE.
I mean, I wish it would happen. I wish they would go. They've done everything they can in WWE.
Right.
I feel like they're a great team. This is the prime of their career, and we'll see what else they can do. But as far as tag teams in WWE, they're like top tier, and no one else is being promoted like they are really.
I'm pretty excited though. I mean, they belong in the WWE. Like
to make that big money.
Exactly.
Right.
But I wonder what AEW would have offered them if they would have went over there. Because imagine the matches they could have had.
What tag team signed with AEW already? Oh, the Young Bucks.
The Lucha Bros.
That's Lucha. Oh,
Lucha
shit.
Bros.
Yeah.
Imagine Lucha Bros versus the Usos.
Dang,
that would be
that would
fucking
be
sick.
And it would get a lot of time too.
Especially because AEW's already promised they're going to focus on tag team wrestling. We'll see.
Good for them though. Cash in.
Speaking of signings, RVD is just signed with Impact at 48 years old.
Well, good for
Ripe
you.
old age at 48.
Make that money,
Yeah,
boy.
well, you can, boy.
Make that green, dude.
Because WWE is not going to pay for your medical expenses. So.
Nope.
Or your weed.
Or your weed.
Yeah.
They're not going to pay for your miracle marijuana.
Marijuana.
Well, I'm sure he's not going to get drug tested.
Oh, no. He's
No.
probably on the same deal Brock Lesnar's on.
Yeah.
Big news to me. I think we saw it coming, especially in the early stages of AEW. But JR has signed with AEW.
It was official as of a couple days ago.
His contract ended with WWE. The next day, he was already signed to AEW. So that was probably a thing going in the past. You heard it here first, folks. I feel like I'm getting drunk, but I'm just drinking coffee. I don't know what's happening.
Coffee gives me that feeling sometimes.
You're getting
too.
drunk off the caffeine, bro.
Yeah, maybe. But also, Justin Roberts is going to be doing Double or Nothing. I don't know if he's like a full-on AEW announcer, but he's going to be doing Double or Nothing announcing, which is pretty dope.
I like that better than the JR because it's fresh blood, you know?
Right.
So I think Justin Roberts, this can be a good thing for him starting a new career with that.
He's the best. He's really the best.
And then on top of that, you got Alicia Tal doing backstage interviews as well. She's pretty good. You got some good talent there as well. They're picking up little by little.
That girl, I used to watch her like back in the day when she like interviewed like Warped Tour bands.
Oh, that's right.
She has, I'm assuming it's when she first started. She has the cringiest interview with Thrice. Go watch her interview Thrice. It's
what do I search?
Cringy. Alicia
Tal Thrice.
It's cringy. But I'm assuming, you got to practice to get good. But
she had to been like 16 or 17 when that happened.
Yeah, something like that. But like, you could tell Dustin's over it, Tepe's over it, like, and it's just Dustin and Tepe actually, so they're both over it.
Yeah.
But I would definitely recommend go watch that if you like the cringe.
And then probably watch like some of the more recent interviews, and you kind of see like a world. You'll see a world of difference.
Yeah, she's good now. So I think that's all we got for the news. Let's get into Raw, SmackDown. I don't want to really dwell too much on the shows too much. I know we have a lot of notes, but
we got a lot of predictions to make, and
we have
Mania talk.
a lot to talk about. So let's just talk about the.
Well, for starters, I mean, we should probably talk about the opening segment. I mean, it's probably the worst kept secret. But Steph does come out on Raw, and she does announce that the biggest secret or the biggest reveal is going to be that she's going to be the fourth participant.
That's pretty hilarious, though.
She pissed me off for a second.
Yeah.
And then I realized.
Hell yeah, I bought it to that.
Oh.
Dude, we're hella more.
It was also on April Fool's as well. So
yeah.
So that was actually a pretty good one on Steph's part. But but for real though, it is going to be all the titles on the line. Winner takes all. Whoever wins is going to capture both the Raw and the SmackDown belts.
Called it.
And you notice they didn't say undisputed or unified champion. They said Raw and SmackDown.
So are they going to have what's that? What does that mean going forward, do you think?
They're going to be they'll probably keep them for a little bit, and then after a while they're going to separate them again.
I can see that happening, but you gotta just make it. None of these belts mean. I don't want to get into it again. I've said it too many times.
I think we've said our piece enough times.
I think they make the mid card title belt after they make the undisputed champion, and they have a mid card belt.
I don't know. I think after that segment, they're not gonna do one belt, one unified belt. They're probably because I mean, also Fox is going to have SmackDown in October as well.
Yeah,
so I'm sure they want to have their women's champion.
October is coming very soon.
It's coming a lot sooner than
April,
we think.
motherfuckers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how they worded it made me realize that it's just going to be a temporary thing. Like,
or they could have the champion float like they do with the tag team titles. Right?
They could, but how they worded it as Raw and SmackDown, and not just simply the undisputed champion or the unified champion. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
But that's going to be the main event of WrestleMania. But it just seems like they're overbooking the shit out of this fucking feud.
Oh, since they realized that they had something hot in their hands, like how do we ruin it? Let's go in any direction. But the one to ruin it, let's go down that one. Because to me, this thing it's cooled off so much since Survivor Series when it kind of got started.
Yep.
When Becky was replaced because she took that punch. That's when I feel like it started.
Right.
And since then, we got Becky winning the Royal Rumble, and then it was white hot. That's when it was the hottest at its apex. Legends, and they kind of just pulled all this other shit out of their asses, and here we are, not as excited I feel like as I was before.
No, I agree. They just had to overbook everything. Like they had to throw everything in there to make it seem like it's gonna be the biggest main event of all time instead of just letting it be organic. Just let it happen. Let these things happen. Let these events happen and go from there.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, on Raw they actually did something that was kind of cool. They really made it seem like they all hated each other. They had to coexist on a team, and if they didn't coexist, they'd be out of the main event. So as soon as the match was over, Charlotte went after Ronda, and all hell broke loose. Got a bunch of cops and security guards, and there was no tasers, which I don't know if you've seen the news, but if you even walk towards a cop, they shoot you. So it was interesting.
They're gonna defend themselves.
Yeah. So it was interesting to see cops just get assaulted by these women. Actually, Ronda kicked out a window in the back of a squad. Like, why would you put two?
Why would you put Becky and Ronda in the
same car?
In the same car, yeah.
So fucking stupid.
You know what though?
The spot was cool.
As
Yeah, it was.
silly as that whole segment was, after,
Way over the top.
as way over the top it was, I liked it.
Yeah, no.
It was different.
It was super different. I just
Not let me phrase that. It's not so much as different as it's refreshing to see. Because it shades of like of the 90s and the 2000s, where like you see like these ridiculous backstage segments.
yes.
And it felt great seeing that, like, coming out once in a while, and
I like that it didn't look overproduced either, which
Yes.
they love doing. Where everything, there's cameras set up everywhere. Like there was cameramen running around, and like they were still doing the Zoom thing. But like back in the day, people would like have their back right in front of the camera. The camera like wouldn't be set up, in like a prime spot. And I liked that. Like
it was a 1999 segment.
I like looking like it was mayhem.
Exactly. And those kicks that they were kicking each other.
Hey,
in
they
the car,
look stiff.
I
They
think
look
Ronda
stiff
really
as
hates
shit.
Becky.
How did Ronda get behind the wheel and drive the car?
That shit that's funny.
I was wondering too, like, because
That's why she crashed. She couldn't turn, right?
She crashed into another cop car, but like how?
How she jumped the thing.
How did she jump and then was able to put it in gear and drive forward?
I don't know. It's probably like one of those old school like gear knobs, like that's on the wheel.
But she was arrested. How did she even?
That's true.
Probably used her feet.
Oh, maybe.
She probably had to use her legs.
Then she hauled ass.
And she hauled ass. Yeah.
It's just so ridiculous. I love it.
That's pretty much it.
That was pretty much it for Raw. Brock can.
And you know what though? They should have ended Raw with that segment. Had they done that, it would have been a completely different show.
Yeah, I actually fell asleep while I was watching it, and then when I woke up, I saw they went to like what happened earlier. I guess it happened at the top of the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They closed with Baron Corbin, didn't they?
Yeah, Barry Corby.
Unfortunately, they did. Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty much it for Raw.
Raw nuts.
SmackDown,
Another good show.
good show, but kind of forgettable for me. The opening started hot with AJ and fucking Randy Orton, the Kevin Owens show. Which poor Kevin Owens, why come back for this?
As a host.
God damn, he's not even on the card.
He's not,
dude.
right? No, there's no match. Or
He's gonna be in the
He's coming
Battle
back
Royal
as a-
probably.
as a baby face, and he's not a baby face.
But that sucks. But the build for this match has got me excited.
Yeah. And the promos they're cutting are killer,
The
bro.
A lot
promos
of
on here
inside
were
baseball.
really good.
A lot of
Yeah.
inside baseball, which is I love as a mark.
I just like the fact that he called Orton called AJ a corporate bitch.
Yeah, and then Kevin Owens like, oh, gotta go. Now they're gonna fight. But
Coming from the guy that was in The Authority a few years ago.
yeah, that was pretty much it. I feel like.
Yeah.
There was a few segments throughout Raw and SmackDown that hyped up WrestleMania, but then there were others that just it fell apart. I mean, on Raw you had going back to Raw, I thought the Batista segment where he came out because he was actually in his hometown of Washington D.C.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
There was an awesome video package they showed highlighting the feud back in 2005. He said 4 simple words: "Hunter, kiss my ass." That was it. I thought that was good.
Mic drop, too.
And mic drop. And then the Kurt Angle promo that they showed, like his career highlight. I thought that was a very good video package.
They used to make video packages for everything. We never see them anymore.
Ever.
I feel like it's just like replays. They don't really have a video package like that. Like the Batista and Kurt Angle ones were top notch, dude.
Yes.
I was just watching Unforgiven the other day. Unforgiven like 97 or something
They
like
only
that.
had like 3 of those, didn't they?
They had them in the 2000s, I feel like.
Yeah.
But it was Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker Unforgiven, I think. It was Undertaker versus someone. But it basically, before the show started, like there was a sick-ass promo video package.
That hyped up the event.
That hyped up the whole event and made it feel special. For me, this year, Mania doesn't feel special. A lot of these matches, I feel like, are just, they had a full year to get all this stuff in order, and I feel like everyone's just kind of like, oh, well, you get a match at Mania, and you get a match at Mania, but like none of these feuds I feel like are super hot, you know?
Yeah.
And if they were hot, they did it themselves to cool it down.
I think there's probably like 5 or 6 feuds that I'm really.
Of the 17 matches,
Yeah.
Of the 17, that's not a very good percentage.
That's like a 30% cliff, but still.
they just announced today for the Raw Tag Team titles, the Revival versus Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
Is that official?
Official.
We have to make a pick on that.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes. let me ask you a question. If they were gonna do that, then why was Ricochet and Aleister Black in the SmackDown Tag Championship match?
That's a great question, and I feel like they're just booking the day of.
Yeah. They have a lot of matches on the weekend, huh?
Because as of Tuesday, I counted 15 matches. So now this would be number 16, correct?
Dang,
Yes.
that's a lot.
16 matches.
16 matches. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be 1 or 2 more.
Including 2 Battle Royals.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is going to be, as far as matches go, this is going to be the most matches out of any WrestleMania.
Ever?
Ever.
Well, at least they're good matches, I think. So.
I mean, the last time WrestleMania had 16 matches was WrestleMania 4, but that was justified because you had the tournament.
Yes.
This is going to be this is going to be a very long show. So
well, some of those, at least 2 of those have to be in the pre-show, right?
yeah, two or three of those are going to be on the pre-show. But even then, though, like that is going to be killer.
This is the first Mania I'm gonna literally try to watch everything too. Like
Same.
from
From the
start to
pre-show,
finish.
Oh man,
Dude, it's a Mania, bro. One time a year.
It's our Super Bowl.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
We could watch foolishly for 15 hours straight.
Well, we're gonna have to start on Friday.
Yeah,
because
let's do it.
We got NXT. Let you guys want to get in the predictions?
Let's
now?
do it. Yeah,
let's do that.
it's like only 25 matches to call.
Yeah. So we're already halfway through the show, more than halfway through the show. So let's get into our predictions.
You want to combine NXT with Mania as one big smorgasbord of picks?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be where they go. Can someone keep track of all
my
this?
computer's on. You have better word processing on that, right? Word processing, a term from the 2000s and 90s.
Just yeah, let me open it up real quick.
Oh, that's what she said.
We'll edit this out.
There we go. I'm actually really excited for fucking Mania. There you go.
Penis.
All right, whenever you guys are ready.
So you want to start with the NXT takeover,
Yes.
which they've done a pretty good job considering that they had their main event set up like 2 years ago and it fell apart like right before the finish line. So let's go. We'll start bottom to top, top to bottom, whatever. We'll just go in an order that I like. So I'll start and then we'll go around that way. So the first match that we're going to talk about is the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler versus Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane. This one, these matches are all kind of hard to call. I don't know. Shayna Baszler has been champion for a while. She beat Kairi Sane to get that title back. But Io Shirai is the hot one in NXT right now. She's probably the top face of the females. So I think Io Shirai is gonna take that title from her, and she's gonna start a feud with her best friend Kairi Sane.
I would love to see that feud. I think that would be a great feud right there. I agree with you on that as far as Shayna goes. I mean, she's had a stranglehold on that belt for, has it been a year?
She lost it temporarily, remember, to Kairi?
To Kairi,
that's
but
right,
won it
she
back.
did,
Yeah.
Aside from that, though, it has been pretty much a year stranglehold on the NXT Women's Championship. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bianca doesn't need to win this match. I
Not
don't think she's ready yet.
Not yet.
And you got to keep in mind, Shayna Baszler's got the other horsewoman with her too, so
That's true.
that might play into the match as well.
That is true. I mean, they can easily do a feud with those 3 women and then Shayna and the horsewomen as well. I feel like it's time for Shayna to come up. They can always use her, but at the same time, it's the curse of coming up. It's the curse of going to the main roster.
Look at Lacey Evans.
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at EC3, Lars Sullivan, Heavy Machinery, huge names on NXT, and they just come to the main roster and just get fucked, you know?
I mean, in EC3 he was on Raw, or really on both shows as being part of as a participant for the Battle Royal.
Yes,
That's how low. That's how low. That's how far he's fell.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. But who's your pick for this one?
I think I'm gonna have to go with. I think I'm gonna have to go with EO on this one as well, because I think it's time for Shayna to drop the belt.
I'm gonna go with Shayna Mongo McMichael.
Ooh.
Remember that? She looks exactly like Mongo, dude.
And she needs a little chihuahua to come out with her, dude. And Deborah, I think that'd be dope.
Yeah, I think Shayna retains because I don't think the other 4 horsewomen are anything without her.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
they need some time still.
if it's between EO and Shayna.
Yeah.
But I feel you on that.
Although I would love to see Bianca Belair with the belt, with the strap on.
She's undefeated.
Oh yeah.
Is she undefeated?
She's lost like tag matches, but she hasn't lost one-on-one yet. And I think maybe she lost on a count out, but no one's pinned or submitted her.
Okay. All right.
Up next we have.
What about Bobby?
Bobby. Bobby picked what's her name? Alexa Bliss.
Oh.
A run-in. She's gonna be hosting
Dang.
WrestleMania and NXT Women's Champion.
Fucking Bobby, man.
He's
Innovative.
got some good picks. Yeah.
Dirt sheets.
She is.
Dirt Sheet Diaz. Up next, we have the Velveteen Dream, the North American champion, goes against Matt Riddle for the same title that I just said, the NXT North American Championship, the mid-card belt.
Yep.
Matt Riddle still undefeated heading into this takeover. Who do you think is going to win, Dick?
That's a tough match, Dick.
It is.
Dream just won the shit, too.
I'm looking forward to this match.
Yeah, me
as
too.
Well, you're right. Dream did win recently. I think you can say this year he's ready to come up. I wouldn't pull the trigger yet. I would keep him there for a little bit longer. Matt Riddle, I would try to build. I would build Matt Riddle as this undefeated, unstoppable guy. Which one do you want though? Do you want to keep Matt Riddle's undefeated streak, or do you want to keep Velveteen Dream there? I feel like in the end though, it's gonna be Matt Riddle.
Interesting.
I feel like that might be the case, but if Velveteen Dream wins, that's gonna be a huge win for him.
So it's gonna be the 0 versus the title, huh? Damn. I'm gonna go with the bro because I think Velveteen goes for the bigger gold later.
Yeah. Bobby actually picked the Riddler from Batman.
Oh, that's a good choice too.
To win.
Might have read it wrong, but it's still a good choice.
I don't know if he's looking at the same card as we were.
I don't think so either.
Jim Carrey Riddler is specifically.
Oh wow. At least he knows which one.
I think the King of Bros wins, and Velveteen gets called the night after WrestleMania.
Ooh, that's a pick.
I think that'd be dope.
Or SmackDown.
Or it could be a schmoz finish, and we keep the feud going.
That could be it too.
Who knows at this point? But I think we're gonna find out.
You picked Riddle
tomorrow.
Right?
I picked Riddle. Yes. Up next, we have the United Kingdom Championship. Pete Dunne goes against Walter. Oh my God, is this match going to be amazing?
That's going to be 5 stars. This is the easiest match to pick the winner, though, because Pete Dunne's been champion for
637 days.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I think it's time. There's a new face on that belt, and I think Walter's perfect, especially since he has that deal where he can only like fight in the UK or some shit, right? Or like special events.
He prefers a fight in Europe.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said. So you're going with Walter?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I think Pete Dunne gets called up too.
Yeah. Bobby picked Pete Dunne actually to win this match.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He's pretty
Oh wow,
yeah.
that's a ballsy move.
Yeah, you know.
What is a normal pick though compared to his others? But still.
Yeah,
Respect that.
you know, you can't. He said you can't always go out on a limb, but he
Ah.
thinks this one's a lock. Pete Dunne.
Oh, it's super lock, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going with
Um,
Walter for this one as well.
You skip Andrew.
No. It's Dick's turn.
Oh, it is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so and then up next,
Oh, I'm also going Walter on this one as well.
Walter.
Walter. Up next, we have For the NXT Tag Team Championship of the World, the War Raiders against Aleister Black and Ricochet. Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
I'm going War Raiders. Aleister Black and Ricochet are going to be on WrestleMania the next night for the SmackDown Championship. And I think the War Raiders are dope. Their Titantron is awesome. It looks like a castle.
Right.
I don't know if have you seen it?
Yes.
There's like it looks exactly like a castle, and there's like torches and shit, and they come out just like these warrior Vikings. They're dope as shit. But yeah, I'm going War Raiders.
Ooh.
Ditto.
Yeah, they have to because Aleister Black and Ricochet have bigger, better things to worry about now.
I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that they were announced to win, or not win, but rather to have a match at WrestleMania makes me think that, well, obviously makes me think that they're not going to win here tonight.
Yeah.
But if they do happen to win, I mean, it would be very surprising.
Bobby picked the Forgotten Sons. I think he picked that
Ooh.
before he knew that they were out of the match.
Maybe
I think he thought they were going to beat Aleister Black and Ricochet to win it all.
he hasn't seen that.
he
He hasn't
forgot
watched
about
NXT in a while, so it could be that. We'll see.
So, because Aleister Black and Ricochet are the Dusty Rhodes winners, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, they don't need the belts.
Yeah, they.
After that, we have the main event in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the vacant NXT Championship. Johnny Gargano fighting Adam Cole, baby. I think it's Dick's turn to choose.
This one's a tough one too.
This is a tough one.
Go ahead, Dick.
It is. Had Tommaso Ciampa, because this was not supposed to be the main event for this takeover. Excuse me. A lot has changed in a few months. What could have been had Ciampa been injured. Having said that, though, I think you go ahead and you still go with the ultimate plan, and that is you have Johnny Gargano go over and you have him have his big moment.
Interesting.
So I'm going to go with Gargano on this one. I think this was built up for so long that I think even though it's not against Ciampa, you could still do it against Adam Cole and have him have his moment. Because I don't see Gargano going to the main roster. I mean, not yet. I mean, I think he'll still be there after for a while and still feud with Tommaso.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be on 205 yet.
No, he does not.
Not yet.
Who do you got, Byron?
Adam Cole for sure. It's
Baby.
time. It's time. Because Gargano needs to go up, especially with the Ciampa injury. Adam Cole is going over, and he's going to have his reign.
Ah, damn it. You make a good point because I was thinking Johnny Gargs to get his moment. But Adam Cole, you got to remember the Undisputed Era are top notch, and they look better with the belts.
Yep.
But I'm also going to go Johnny Gargano because I think he's going to get his moment, and then
You're picking Cole, right?
Yeah. Baby.
and then go from there. We'll see. I don't know, but I'd be happy with either of them winning.
Yeah.
Bobby picked Michael Cole to win this match.
Damn, he read it wrong again.
I think he's reading it wrong. I don't know what list he's looking at. But those are our picks for NXT. We're going to make one big tally for NXT and WrestleMania. Did we want to talk about the G1 Supercard at all?
I'm looking forward to a few
Ibushi.
matches.
Not going to lie, I don't know much about it.
I think it's going to be a good card. I'd probably watch it after WrestleMania weekend because
Ooh.
we have lives.
Okada and Jay White.
That's going to be set that shit up. And Okada's like face for sure in that match, obviously. So I think that's going to be the match tonight. And there's another one, the Ibushi match.
Will Ospreay and Jeff Cobb. That's gonna be.
Oh,
another,
shit.
That's gonna be
another great match. Right
That's
there.
gonna be the shit.
Oh,
dude.
Naito Ibushi, dude. Yeah, that's a crazy
Ishimori versus Dragon Lee and Bandito. That's gonna be an amazing cruiserweight match.
and
Zack Sabre versus Tanahashi.
Damn,
Yes.
that's a card,
Fuck,
bro.
man.
Looking through this card, top to bottom, it is gonna be an amazing. It's gonna be an amazing show as well.
Look at all the titles.
Jay
on there.
Lethal, Marty Scurll, and Matt Taven for the ROH World Title in a ladder match.
Yes.
Fire. dude.
Fuck, man.
Hey, what channel is that on?
I think it's been the Fight Network.
Oh shit. I
Yeah.
don't have that bullshit.
Or if you have New Japan World, you can watch it
good.
live on New
I'll
Japan
just
World.
borrow somebody's login,
Yeah, just send us your login info, guys.
please.
But yeah, Bully Ray. Oh, they announced it's gonna be Juice Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus Bully Ray in a street fight. Why did he say? Because he cut a promo and was like, "You know who I'm talking about, and I want to see you at Madison Garden in a street fight." But like they didn't announce. I guess they just announced it then, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That's gonna be a good
I'm
card.
okay with that. Like,
This card looks stacked as shit.
It's gonna go 3 hours or 4 hours long though, because they have the long ass matches.
Oh, and they're gonna have a battle royal as well.
this is gonna be Jushin Thunder Liger's last performance at Madison Square Garden.
First and last performance in Madison Square Garden. He's never performed at Madison
Really?
Square Garden.
Wow.
That was one of the big things that he wanted to be, because he's like on his last legs too. He's gonna be retiring
Yeah.
very soon. So this is a big deal for him to be able to perform at Madison Square Garden. That's dope. All right, G1 Supercard might be better than WrestleMania. I'm gonna
Might.
probably say it's gonna be better than WrestleMania.
Wrestling wise, but I'm all in on fucking WrestleMania.
So it's gonna be Takeover and G1 Supercard fighting for the top spot, and I think the G1 is probably gonna be better than NXT.
Is G1 the reason why they moved Takeover to Friday?
Yes.
Yes.
That's crazy. Good for.
Yeah, Triple H said he did say in the press conference that they were thinking about doing it Saturday, but they changed it to do it Friday to accommodate the fans for the weekend. And Triple H knows what he's doing.
That's good business.
Yeah.
It
I
is.
feel like that's really good business. Because
Everybody wins.
you shouldn't have to make the fans choose like that. Because there's other shows in town. And it's a big weekend too. Like
right.
I think it started like on Tuesday. Like all the shit going on. With that being said, let's get into the granddaddy of them all.
Fuck yeah.
WrestleMania, 16 matches announced. Card subject change as well. We still have not heard word on The Undertaker or John Cena being involved in the show. So something could absolutely happen. Let's get into our picks. I will go first. Or do you want to go first, Dick? I started first last time.
No,
Let's
you go
give it
first.
to you first.
You can go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Let's go from the top or the bottom to
Go
top,
bottom
I
to top.
think. The Revival just announced the Revival versus Zack Ryder for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I think Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder are going to win this match, have their moment at WrestleMania, because they've been losing every time. They've been building them up. So, if the B team can win, why not Ryder and Hawkins?
Oh damn, the B team. Where are you at? Fuck.
Remember, fool?
Damn.
Fool.
That's a throwback.
What you got, Diggy?
I'm gonna go with the same. I mean, and they're gonna be they're from New York, so they're hometown guys.
I'm going the Revival because they need a win, and why not give them their moment at Mania since they've been eating a lot of L's lately? So
That's true.
Revival.
It's a battle of the losers, really.
It is. It's a
It
loser.
really is.
Loser title.
Bobby picked Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley because I think he thinks they're still a team.
Oh, the
so-
hype bros. Huh?
Yeah,
Hype
he thinks the
Bros.
Hype Bros are going to win.
Stay hype.
So good. I mean,
picked the Revival, right, Baron?
Yes, ma'am, sir.
does Bobby get half a point if he gets Zack Ryder?
Yeah,
correct?
we'll give him a half point.
Yeah,
half a point.
We'll give
Okay.
him
Up next, we have a fatal four-way tag team match. There's not many. Well, actually, now I'm looking at it, there's a lot of singles matches. But we're having a fatal four-way tag team title match for the SmackDown Championships. We got the Usos versus Ricochet and Aleister Black versus The Bar versus Nakamura and Rusev. Who do you got, Dick?
for the SmackDown Championships.
Yes.
Let's see. Well, I said earlier that Ricochet and Black, they're going to have a big weekend coming up. If they're not going to win the NXT Championships, I see them winning the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Although it doesn't make much sense for them to win the SmackDown titles, it really doesn't make much sense for them to win the tag team titles in general because they're just a thrown together team.
Yeah, they literally have nothing in common other
They
than
really
they're
have
from
nothing in
NXT.
common. But I feel like they're gonna do that, put the belts on them, keep them undefeated, and then go from there.
I'm going. It's my turn, right?
Yes.
Usos because they just signed that contract, and it's probably, hey, we'll sign this contract, but we're getting another Mania moment. They haven't had like a Mania moment, and this is it.
I think the first WrestleMania on the main card was last year,
See?
or it might even be this year.
Oh, what are they? Oh yeah,
so.
yeah.
They've been on the pre-show every year.
Yeah, so good for them. They earned it. It's their time, so I hope they win.
Bobby's going Rusev by himself. He said he doesn't need Nakamura. I don't know. He's weird.
Half
picks.
a point. We'll give them half a point.
Half point if Rusev wins.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to go the Usos as well.
Oh, they said you're gonna go Rusev and Nakamura.
Oh no! I am not as bold as Bobby, but I'm gonna go Usos just because I think that they need to, show that there's a dominant team on at least one brand. And why not the Usos? Because the Usos are great, and they just signed a new contract. So suck on that.
Oh.
We have next up the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. They've only announced 13 names, which I think is their whole roster.
Pretty much.
Dana Brooke, Mickie James, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Asuka, Carmella, Naomi, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Zelina Vega, and Nikki Cross. I think I said that fast enough.
And I'm going with Asuka because she got jobbed out, and give her a consolation trophy.
You know, that's a good point. I think I want to go with my girl, Mandy Rose.
Oh.
Actually, I'm going to change that. Lacey Evans is going to win this shit.
That's the one.
That's it. She's been being an idiot for so long.
It's time.
Make her something now. Bobby has picked his girl, Ruby Riott.
Well, yeah.
I'm going with Lacey Evans as well. Like I've seen her coming back and forth, interrupting.
It's time to give her something to do.
Something to do.
Yeah. All right. I think you get bonus points, double points if you guess the winner of the Rumble.
Okay.
Right? Because that's hard to call.
It is 2 points.
2 points if you guess correctly. Up next, we have Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship.
We doing that now?
I mean,
fine, we can do it now. Fuck
it's not the main event. To be honest, it's probably going to go on third anyways.
It's my main event for my personal main event. I say, yeah, but go ahead. It's my turn?
It is your turn.
Damn, this one is so hard to call.
It is.
There's so many ways they can go with it. This is the match I'm most excited for, and I'm going to go with Kofi because I really want it to happen. So Kofi Kingston.
Bobby has chosen Big E to win the championship. Yeah.
He's going to cash in his pancake in the bank.
I too want to see Kofi Kingston win this match. I think Daniel's held it for long enough and give the fans that big feel good moment that they've probably been itching for. So yeah, Kofi Kingston.
Likewise, I mean, I see Kofi winning it as well. He won me over. I remember in the beginning, I was not a big fan of what they were doing with Kofi, but you know what though?
What though?
They made it fit. They made a believer out of me, and I want to see Kofi actually finally achieve and get what he's been working for hard for so long.
This is one of the stories that they've told very well over the past couple of weeks. And this deserves more than to go on in the pre-show or the first match. It should be up there on the top of the card, second to last at least.
I would say, as far as the card placement, I would say probably I'd say fourth or third to last.
It's got to be.
It's such a big angle that they've been working.
It's such a big angle, but you also got two. But we all know by now what the main event is. The last match is going to be the women, so that's obvious.
And the Seth match could be the popcorn match, honestly.
Honestly, at this point, for sure. Up next, we have the Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Bayley and Sasha, the Boston Hug Connection versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya, the Sisters of Destruction, versus the Iconics and Nia Jax and Tamina, the Samoan Slaughterhouse. It is your turn, Dick. Yes.
Yeah, I'll go then. I don't see Sasha and Bayley losing the belts. I think they're gonna hold on to the belts for a while.
All right, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I really want to go Iconics. I really want to go there.
I hate that pose that they do. They make them look so so cheap.
Super cheap. But let's do Boston Hug, which is the worst tag team name in the history of tag teams.
But to be fair, though, Peyton Royce does have blonde hair now, so
that's true.
You're right. I'll go the Iconics based on the blonde hair. That's my final pick.
That's your final pick? All right.
Please happen.
If it's going to be any team, it's going to be Jackson Tamina or the Boston Hug. And I think might as well keep the title strong on them and reset that whole division after Mania. So I'm going to go with Sasha Banks and Bayley. Bobby is actually going with the Samoan Slaughterhouse.
Wow.
He loves steaks, he said.
Steaks and weights.
Stakes and weights.
Stakes and heavyweights. Up next, we have Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre 1-on-1. Byron, I believe it's your call.
Who, Drew versus Roman? I'm going Drew because we need some heels to fucking win tonight.
That's true. However, I am going to go Roman Reigns on this one because it's his big comeback, just coming back from, being sick, and he needs something.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, how can you come back from leukemia after four plus months, and then your first singles match at the biggest stage of them all, you're going to lose to Drew McIntyre, which
They built him up very strong.
They built him up very strong. I agree with, and I think as a Drew fan, I would like for that to see, but the way that the angle's been, and you know when someone comes back from a serious condition, you don't want their first match to be a loss. You want it to be like a stepping stone to something bigger. And obviously Roman's got bigger plans down the road now that he's healthy.
Yeah.
So I see this as the beginning of the phase where like he gets back in the title picture. So I'd say Roman.
Yeah. Bobby's going leukemia.
Oh.
Leukemia.
Leukemia. Wow.
Yes. What a gimmick.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby's bold.
Bold choice. Up next, we have Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. Maybe. This is still kind of up in the air according. I think we're getting worked. But this is for the WWE United States Championship. I skipped one. We'll get back to it. I got to go Samoa Joe on this one. Like you said, we need you need some heels to win. And Samoa Joe needs to be put in like a top heel spot. Especially with maybe Rey being hurt, I think it might be a quick match.
Yeah, that's assuming if Rey's able to go. If that's the case, then I would go with Samoa Joe.
Do you think they're gonna throw us a curveball, pull Rey from the match, and give us maybe Andrade or
John Cena?
someone or John Cena
One
for the United States? Ooh.
That's
That
what
might
I'm
be a way
thinking.
to go.
I'm thinking Rey may not be able to go, and they're going to have someone else.
The Undertaker.
fighting
for the U.S. title.
except the Undertaker.
winning the U.S. title.
Except the Undertaker.
Please happen.
And new United States champion.
Oh, man.
The Undertaker.
It'll take 10 minutes for him to get to the ring.
And that's him walking fast.
Yeah, that's him in a rush.
That's him, like, sprinting.
That's him on one of those WrestleMania 3 cars.
Oh, God. If Rey Mysterio
Undertaker can't
wrestles,
sprint.
hell no. if Rey wrestles, I'm gonna go with Samoa Joe. If it's someone else, then obviously whoever is gonna wrestle or challenge Joe is gonna win.
EC3.
So, I guess I'll go. For simplicity's sake, I'll go with Joe on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Joe regardless of who he faces.
Bobby's going Rey Mysterio on this one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Ray.
Big Rey Mysterio fan.
We all knew that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mexican. He's Mexican.
Yeah, it all works out. I think Rey Mysterio is an uncle.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Up next, we have Bob Lash versus the Demon Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship.
Easy one.
Who's is my turn?
I think it's Dick's.
I'll go.
Yeah, go Dick.
Honestly, dude, like they could bring back the Demon for Mania, and I would love to see the Demon entrance, but I feel like this is just going to be a bathroom break match for me. I'm just not interested in this feud at all.
So you got.
So I mean, obviously, if the Demon does come back, I would think
Demon's undefeated.
Yep.
The Semen Demon
No, he's not actually.
Well, in WWE.
in WWE. I know he lost one match in NXT.
NXT, but on the main roster, he has not been defeated. You're right.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Finn on this one, and hopefully it's a quick match. And I like Finn Balor, but I just don't like the feud with Bobby Lashley.
It's so weird.
It's so weird.
There's no heat to it at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Finn too. I hope he does like great Muta type spit.
because they already did the
That'd
title
be dope.
change a few
That'd be
weeks ago.
sick. He should do that, huh?
And he'd have the green tongue like
Yep.
on his chest. That'd be cool. I'm gonna go with the Semen Demon as well.
Semen Demon.
Hashtag Semen Demon. I love that name for him now.
Yeah, it's a pretty good name.
The Semen Demon, Finn Balor.
Plus, he's attractive, so it works.
Yeah.
The Semen Demon.
Bobby actually is going. What's his name? The Leo Rush.
Oh, man, he's really bad at reading these cards.
I think he thinks it's going to be a swerve.
Yeah.
He read the Vince Russo playbook on this one.
He's the Alex Jones of the Me Over podcast.
He's probably yelling. He probably yelled in his predictions.
Yeah.
I was typing.
Actually, it was all in caps. So
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it? Oh man.
Up next, we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm not going to name all these guys because they named almost everybody in this match.
I'll just make my pick. It's got to be fucking Braun Strowman, right?
Braun Strowman. You got SNL guys, Che and Jost.
Yeah, I'm going Braun Strowman. Fuck it. Grand Metalik.
Bobby is going Bo Dallas on this one.
Ooh, the B team.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Braun on this one as well.
You know, I don't see anybody else in any of these guys other than Braun Strowman or Mustafa Ali.
Oh shit, that's another one. I forgot that motherfucker's in there.
Because he should be in this spot.
Yeah, he should.
In the Kofi spot.
Right, I agree.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. EC3
in the Kofi spot, in the sense that he should have got a title match. Yes,
At the Elimination Chamber, because that's where this whole thing started too.
right.
Organically, the way it should be, farm raised. You know.
Yeah. Wow. So you got Ali?
I think I'm gonna go Ali on this
Let
one.
me change my pick. I'm going to EC3.
Ooh,
Just cause. I remember he had that promo.
this
Monday.
one's so hard to call.
Yeah.
And actually, Bobby changed his pick too.
Oh shit! He texted you.
He wants Tucker to win this match.
Oh, interesting, bold.
Not Otis, but Tucker.
Yeah, it's not the charismatic one, the shitty boring one.
Maybe it's time for a breakout.
Yeah. This match, I mean, it's kind of a cursed thing when you think about it. Who's won this and done great things afterwards?
No one.
No one.
Well, we talked about this already, but yeah, no one's really done anything good except for Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
And Baron Corbin really hasn't done anything.
Said be a waiter, but yeah,
Yeah,
picked up a couple of shifts here and there, but that's about it.
he's got to grind, dude.
Yep.
You got to be on that grind, and you're not going to become a better waiter by not waiting tables.
That's true.
Up next, we have a match I'm excited for: AJ Styles versus Randy Orton 1-on-1. They've done a great build to this match, and God damn it, there's a lot of faces winning this show, and I think I'm going to go with Randy Orton.
That's a good pick.
Just because, not all the faces can win. And I think they can keep this feud going for a little while. It doesn't have to end here. So I'm going Orton.
We got dicks.
I'm gonna go with AJ on this one. I mean, not that AJ doesn't need the win, but
He kind of needs the win.
he kind of needs to win at the
Yeah.
same time, though. Yeah, Orton's already established. I mean, they're both established, but as far as mainstream WWE goes, if AJ wins, it'll put him up in the same in the same tier as Orton, as Cena, as those guys. So I'm gonna go with AJ on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with AJ too, because Orton can take another vacation until the next big major.
Yeah, that's true.
So AJ.
Bobby's going to double DQ on this one.
Oh, which is very possible too.
I mean, it could happen. Yeah. Up next, I'm just trying to get points at this point.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want AJ to win, but I feel like Orton might be the way to go. Up next, we have Shane McMahon versus The Miz in a Falls Count Anywhere match. The match could end up in the nosebleed seats if it might. They might need to take an elevator to get up there. I think it's your turn to choose, Dick. Who would you like to win this match?
Well, we did get a sneak peek of the Falls Count Anywhere match on SmackDown when The Miz destroyed all three members of Sanity.
Yeah, another NXT call up that is getting fucking buried.
So don't be surprised if you see them to show up to help out Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Question is whether or not if Shane's gonna actually get the win on this one, and I would still think no, because you're telling the story of Miz trying to get revenge on behalf of his father, and him being a babyface, I'm not a big fan of him being I don't buy him being a babyface still, but I think the way the story is going and how they're telling it, you have to have the Miz win.
I'm gonna go. Who's the face? Oh, I'm going with Shane. Again, like we mentioned, a lot of faces are winning, and Shane lives for this kind of shit. So
What crazy stunt is Shane gonna pull off?
I'm gonna go Shane.
Off the top of the entrance ramp,
The
whatever
dome.
they
The
build.
dome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Shane.
Damn it. I don't know who to call on this,
This
one
one's
because
a tough one, right?
Keep in mind, I don't think Shane's ever won at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he lost to The Undertaker. He lost to AJ Styles.
Yep.
And those are all the matches. No, he had one more.
Didn't we have
Well,
one
you know
last
what? I
year?
take that back. He did win. He did win one. He won against Vince, 2001.
Oh yeah. I mean, who better than Vince? I think I'm gonna go Shane McMahon on this one as well.
Yeah, boy.
Just because I don't know. I just feel like Shane McMahon's gonna win this match. Miz isn't known for his falls count anywhere prowess. He had one good match
Right.
with what's his name? John Morrison, Johnny Nitro.
Johnny Nitro. Johnny Mundo.
One time. It was a great match. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'd be fine if the Miz won too. Bobby actually picked the Miz's dad, George Mizanin, to win this
George,
match.
all
Yeah.
right.
Mr. Mazanin.
Mr. Mizanin himself.
Let's
Miz and Mrs.
Zanin.
grandfather.
Grandpa Miz.
Grandpa Miz. Up next, we have, in a match that might change day of, Kurt Angle versus Barry Corby. Angle's farewell match. This is the popcorn match for me.
It's gonna be a quick match.
It's a pretty strong card, huh?
It's not terrible. I
Yeah,
think the G1 looks a lot more impressive
Yeah,
than
yeah.
this, but for what they're working with, I think it might be I think it has the potential to be a good Mania. I know we've gone maybe the last couple of years of Manias, we thought the card's gonna be shit, and then we watch it and we're like, damn, that was a good show. So we'll see. Who do you got, Byron?
For Kurt Angle, because it's his last match, and when he takes on John Cena, it has to be the Cena spot. This has to be, but I'm going Kurt Angle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Kurt Angle as well. Normally you do the honors on the way out, but if we're paying attention to that storyline that they were pitching to us before, Angle had to eat a lot of shit because of Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is his big comeuppance, and I think Kurt Angle wins this match.
I'm gonna use the logic that you guys were using, saying like a lot of the faces are gonna be heavy on this in this card. I'm gonna say Corbin.
Oh, damn, that's a Bobby call.
I'm gonna go with Baron
for
Corbin on this
sure.
one because I feel like you need to have some heels win, and what better way to piss off the crowd
Yep,
than to have Corbin win?
I agree. I completely agree. That's why
I
this
don't
one was
want it to
kinda hard call.
happen. I don't
You
want
know-
this match to happen, but
The heat he will have
oh god,
celebrating his victory will be insane. Bobby is actually going a count-out victory for Baron Corbin.
Ah, interesting.
He thinks Kurt Angle's going to get counted out.
Good. Kurt Angle is slow and old as
He
fuck.
is.
Might not be able to get back in the ring.
He may not be able to get through that rope.
In another farewell match, we have Triple H versus Batista. No holds barred. If Triple H loses, he must retire from in-ring competition. This one might be a sleeper.
It could be.
I think this one might be a sleeper. I got to go with H on this one, though.
They're pulling all the stops for this one. It needs to be a no holds barred match. I want to see what they're going to be able to do. I'm going to go with Hunter on this one as well. I think Hunter's going to actually get his win back.
Once they put that retirement angle in it, you know who's going to win.
I don't see Hunter. I don't see Hunter retired in the ring yet.
He's still got like 2 more Manias at least.
At least.
He's got at least one.
It's crazy because Triple H wouldn't lose to Sting. So he's definitely not going to lose to Batista.
And that was no retirement on the line
yeah.
either.
And Batista has a way other obligations. I'm going to go the H, man.
He's making his Marvel money, boy.
Yeah,
he doesn't
yeah.
need a win here.
Endgame. I'm excited, pumped.
And we know that this is going to be his last match too, so he's probably going to do the honors for Triple H. It's going to be a great
Yes.
match. Sledgehammer is probably going to come into play, and we'll see what happens. Bobby picked Batista to win this match.
It would not be
Sorry, Bobby picks Drax the Destroyer. That's what he wrote.
Drax.
We'll give him half a point. We'll give him
Half a point. Yeah. This I forgot about this match. Should probably been lower on the list. Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Is it Dick's turn?
I think it's mine.
Byron's turn.
I'm gonna go with Buddy Bliss on this one.
Mr. Alexa Bliss
yeah.
himself.
There's no way.
Any reason why?
He's just better.
Yeah, Buddy Murphy has had a stranglehold on this title
That's
for
true.
a long time. I think since last WrestleMania. Tony Nese is a great wrestler too. This one's kind of hard because I don't watch 205 too much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why not Buddy Murphy? Continue his dominance until Johnny Gargano gets called up, and then they can feud maybe. So yeah, I'm gonna go Buddy Murphy.
I'm gonna go with Tony Nese on this one because he's like you guys said Buddy Murphy's had a stranglehold on the belt for a year, and I think he's ready to come up and come into the main roster.
Oh yeah,
because you got the draft coming up pretty soon. You got the international draft. And
That's true.
And they're emphasizing on international. Buddy Murphy's from Australia, so there's a possibility he may get drafted.
Damn, you're smart, Dick.
So
Dick Stradamus in the house, everybody.
I'm gonna go with Tony Nese on this one.
It'd be a good way to put Tony Nese up there too,
Right.
like on a big, a big stage. Damn it, I can't change my mind, huh?
You can.
I think I want to go Tony Nese on this one.
I'm gonna stay with Buddy McGirt.
Bobby picked Grand Metalik to win this one.
Grand Metalik, huh?
Actually, he picked the entire Lucha House Party to split the belt.
That's a good pick.
I mean Grand
if so-
Metalik is good. Lindsay Dorado's good.
Yeah, dude. The Lucha House
Kalisto,
Parties, they're
they
pretty
do a
good.
lot of Lucha stuff,
cheaters, but still.
Lucha
in the ring, they're
things.
talented.
All right, and then we have the co-main event, the main event. Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar versus Seth effing Rollins for the Universal Championship championship match, whatever. For the Universal Championship, I gotta go. Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
I gotta go Seth Rollins on this one.
Oh. What about you, Dick? Are you gonna burn it down as well?
If Kofi didn't get hot and he wasn't involved in the title picture for the WWE title, I would go with Seth. But there's no way they're gonna have all three of them winning. I see that Seth is gonna be the odd man out, and every year we talk about Brock dropping the belt and Brock leaving. I don't think. I mean, I think we've been fooled enough times knowing that it's not going to happen. I see this year being the case where he's not going to drop the belt this time. So I'm going to go with. I think Brock's going to retain.
Bold.
I got Brock too because
Whoa.
we need more heels to win, and I definitely don't want Kofi to be the face that loses, and I don't want Becky to be the face that loses. So I'm gonna go by default. Brock retains.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love for Seth to win. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, damn it, you guys are smart and I'm stupid. But I'm gonna stick with my choice.
You never know.
Actually, Bobby has a really good one for this one. He predicts that Roman Reigns is gonna cash in his Money in the Bank to cash in like he did like Seth did to him.
Oh, cockblock, huh?
Yeah. So Roman Reigns is gonna get the Money in the Bank briefcase somehow, and by the end of the night, he's gonna cash in.
Wow.
Yep. That's Bobby. Bobby's world.
Bobby the Bold.
If the Roman Drew match does go on early, he's not wrong.
It could happen.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're almost done. Main event time. We've gone over a lot on this show, but I don't care. This is awesome.
Mania.
This is Mania, baby. We have the winner take all triple threat match for the Raw Women's and SmackDown's Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair versus the man Becky Lynch. Bobby gets to go first.
And who does he pick?
He picks Ruby Riott.
Oh, he loves her, but
Oh my God.
He says she's winning everything this night.
Dang, bold.
I mean, I like Ruby Riott, but I mean, I don't put her on a pedestal like Bobby does, dude.
No, yeah, he puts that
Pussy.
on the pedestal. I don't want to say that, but you got to go with the man on this one.
Yeah.
The man is walking out, the champion, the man, undisputed women's champion, Becky freaking Lynch.
Same here. I mean,
You have to end that way.
This was built up for so long. They cannot go with Charlotte. I mean, if they do Charlotte, the fans would just. I feel like they're gonna hijack the finale.
If they go anybody but Becky,
Yes.
it's gonna be a shit show.
All right.
Who do you got, Byron?
Baxter, there's no fucking way. There's no. It's got to. It's been building for this long, and it's time to pay it off, Vince. So yeah, Becky. Okay.
All right.
So that's that. Those are all of our predictions. I think we did a good job.
We got
21 predictions, I believe.
That's a lot of
That's
fucking
a lot,
predictions.
dude.
A lot of predictions. A lot of room for error. And like we said, cards subject to change. Some of these matches might not even happen. Some of these
That's
matches
true.
might have different people in them. But we're recording on a Wednesday. The show will be out Friday. And, we hope that you guys enjoy WrestleMania. Hope you enjoy the whole weekend.
Enjoy the whole weekend. So I don't know if we answered this earlier, but out of the three big events going on this weekend, TakeOver, G1, and WrestleMania, what do you guys look? Which one do you think is going to deliver the most?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this WrestleMania is gonna be the best WrestleMania ever.
That is a
It's
bold statement.
So WrestleMania, it is.
WrestleMania is going to be the one.
Yep, easy.
Takeovers never are a disappointment.
That's true.
But that G1 Supercard looked really good.
It just seems like it's the middle ground between the quality of matches and the quantity of matches that WrestleMania has. I mean, easily I want to see 3 or 4 matches from the G1 Supercard. Takeover is always going to deliver. I can't see it being the worst or it being bad. WrestleMania, it's just going to be too long though. Like, I mean, you got to keep my attention span for 7+ hours. That's a long time.
Do you think that they would maybe either cut the card down going forward, or do you think that they split WrestleMania into 2 days?
No, I like it the way it is.
They can't do 2 days, right?
It's exhausting.
2 3-hour shows
With Raw
Back
and
to back
SmackDown.
with
and
Raw
then-
and
and then-
SmackDown
and
the
with-
next day.
Yeah,
and NXT,
No way.
but the day before.
That's
Nah.
too much.
I like this. It's one time a year. Us as Marks, this is what we live for.
you don't need to do 7 hours though. You can do 4 hours.
No, I'll
Easily.
take 7.
You can why? That's too much. You can easily quality over quantity. You don't need to have more is not always better.
Exactly. I mean, at least with all these matches, maybe 5 of them have a good story behind them. I feel like a lot of these matches were kind of thrown together, and
Right.
the big angles were definitely overbooked. They need to be more concise with their booking decisions. I think they have a lot of talent. Maybe they don't need this much talent, on their roster.
Exactly.
We'll see.
Not everyone needs to be on the card.
Exactly. Not everyone needs to be on the card. I feel like that's your reward for doing great all year. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Have a great WrestleMania, guys. Thank you so much for listening, downloading, subscribing, telling your friends, telling your neighbors, telling your friends' neighbors, telling everybody, getting the word out there. Put Me Over Podcast is only, we do this because we love wrestling, and we hope you guys like listening to us talk about the things that we love.
Yes.
And, we'll be back next week. We are the Put Me Over Podcast. I was going to, let's start that over. But yeah, we'll be back next week with the WrestleMania fallout and, all the crazy things that happened this weekend. But until then, we are the Put Me Over Podcast, and we are the new World Order Professional Podcasting, and we will see you next week.